mamu ina akwaba at the bank as a TV native for. I hear Reverend Tim Fodjo Akikan Hubim, I asked them to Akushim when Rashid fee anti LGBTQ bill no, Omoguso Mucho a Serene Abasa. Native for Senabaka, a Biblium Kaka, Sam George. Na December to Jacintin, a assassination another Danko Fado, I'm sure no signing a anti-LGBT bill, and Manico in Sembebre, our year Supreme Court at for Koye, Chesaman Tremon Kabi, our year Supreme Court. No sense to do to and this year by so many about pet in less than 1 month. A assassination John Dramani Mahama, best science Sabona, on Dream twice cry, and my neighbor here and Sembebre or Ghana Mimha. That's relative when him say 11 months more than a year queen, and soon up to now, a assassination John Dramani Mahama, and signing a anti-LGBT bill. I let it for a reverend upon Comasosa at Nasi at the Assembly to their concerning decisions concerning a assassination John Dramani Mahama on the LGBTQ plus bill. Let's if we can continue some of the two there.
Indeed, find our values, our tradition, and our beliefs in the binary nature of gender very important. They also find our values regarding marriage as between man and woman very important, and they consider the activities of LGBT and other dimensions of it highly repugnant to our values and what we stand for. And so for a matter that is at the heart and the passion of 93% of the population is one which needs the appropriate legislation to be able to adequately and comprehensively deal with the matter, and to be able to ensure that we have that framework that sufficiently deals with any infractions that will arise to threaten that very value that is so important to 93% of the population. And when the same procedures were begun in 2021, we saw how this matter took public interest. There were various opinions on it, albeit its majority were in favor of the bill. But right from the outset, from the introduction, first reading, second reading, stakeholder consultation, all the way to second reading and third reading, when it was passed, there were many legal battles. There were many lawsuits. Even when it was finally passed at the third reading, there were lawsuits that had injuncted Parliament and stayed the hands of Parliament from transmitting that bill to the President for assenting. And that matter went on and until sometime latter part of December, when election was gone and when the 8th Parliament was already, almost expired before we saw finality of the matter. So it has gone through a lot of legal challenges. And now, as the 8th Parliament has expired, but the matter still remains one that is of utmost importance to both parties, NDC, MPP, and is also very important to the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians. We have reintroduced it in the shape and form that was passed, and we have 10 sponsors. There used to be 8 sponsors in the previous legislation, but now we have 10. Honorable Sam George is still a part. Honorable Helen Ntonso, Honorable Bedra, they are all part. Honorable Champuli, Honorable Kabiru, Honorable Tonemie, Honorable Ekoasifwa, Honorable SOA, all of them are very, SOA are all very key parts of this bill, which has now been advertised on the order paper of Parliament and ready to be taken for first reading at any time the Speaker so calls for it.
Very well. Now, it's been some years, now it has been reintroduced. Are we still working with 93% of Ghanaians who are going with you, or now it's just a moral stance that you are taking? And is that also supposed to mean that we are just going straight with a bill as it was presented earlier? Nothing at all has changed?
Not much has changed. The substance of it is still the same. It was Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2021, and Freeman now it's Human Social Rights and Family Values Bill 2025. Of course, if you would find any change at all, it would just be some rephrasing and how the construct may have been varied and enhanced, but the substance has not in any way been altered at all. So it's the same objective, the same objects, the same regimes, the same framework, the same legislation that has been reintroduced. And the support that and the position of majority of Ghanaians has not changed. That position has not changed, and I do not have any contrary evidence to the effect that that position has shifted in any way. And so we are proceeding in that unanimous, understanding, and to unite our strength around it. We would urge at this point the media, the clergy, traditional leaders, CSOs, all who have consistently supported this principle right from 2021, when we began to renew their commitment and to renew that collective pursuit on the bill, because the purpose is the same, the need is still paramount, and even recent events have indicated that there is even more urgent steps that need to be taken. You recall recently when some two gentlemen who hold themselves out as gay couple visited Ghana and desecrated the Independence Square and some very sensitive, monuments of the state. They were all wake-up calls to the fact that Ghanaians still require this bill to be able to, restore sanctity and to maintain sanctity of our values. And so it's very much a priority, and it's very much important to overwhelming majority of Ghana. And in response to that is what consistently we are pursuing this legislation.
Now, what bipartisan support, if any, are you receiving from MPs outside the initial sponsors, or now the 10 that you have?
Yeah, so we have 275 MPs, all of them unanimously supporting the Speaker of Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbane has been resolute, unflinching. In fact, he has been very much on top of his principles and has been consistent. He has supported the bill right from the beginning, and even now he is still very much supportive. All the 276 members of Parliament that are in Parliament currently, we have not had any indication from any member, any colleague who has a dissenting view. And just as we carried this bill through in a bipartisan way, with no dissent from any political side, and where we were able to pass this unanimously without a single member of Parliament dissenting, we have so far also got signals from our colleagues who are all in support. We are yet to receive any dissenting view. And so as the processes go through and as we commence them, we recommence them, and as we go through the necessary stages of stakeholder consultation, or the second reading amendments, and eventually the third reading, if there are, or if there is any dissenting position from any of our colleagues, I'm sure they may bring it up. But for now, we have very strong indications from all of them that they unanimously support this bipartisan bill that is promoting the interests and the sanctity of our values as a nation.
Reintroducing the bill is now going to go through.
Yes, that's the process.
A fresh process. Okay.
That's how it goes.
Good.
So Parliament here be no more in that's our Parliament no. Netanya no ebe wie ya. Osan de ikobiom agisa osan akosha ase foforo. Sa go through process ni nyina.
Na we dey pepa cho bua me kakra court asem na see dem obua na say.
Court dey.
Eno so ne we ni nyina we prekope.
Supreme Court no. Obua.
Okay.
Good. Na Nana
Papa
any impress person as a kufu ado. Na so for so kan the sido. The was in bed why you was about or short letter or could one from back. It goes to embra why it in honor that chair or man paying or sign. Well, they are entitled to their opinions. Now, a man paying or busy man paying. Osia da obobo constitution obobo no mbra